Hey everyone. So our goal here today is to primarily focus on Galactic, but we'll start with a little bit of background just so you know who we are. So as mentioned, I'm the founder of Aventus. Just trying to fix the slides. 1 sec, please. All right, whatever, you can read it in a sec. Aventus is focused on driving Web 2 into Web 3. That's what we've been doing, bringing businesses onto the blockchain. So there are a variety of different areas. We've worked with the guys at EnergyWeb, helping them build out their new Polkadot-based chain. We have Aviation use case where it's looking at supply chain tracking. This with Vodafone, Heathrow, and a variety of other airlines that are joining there. We're in the loyalty space as well. So this is looking at how you can do cashback better, build closed payment economies, and onboard the 500 million customers that our client Enigmatic Smile has. And more recently, we have partnered with Galactic. So that is really focused on the truth network. So what Aventus is doing, we essentially are a Polkadot parachain, and then we have these various different enterprise app chains that have the custom functionality that the various participants need. So the truth network is the latest launch in the ecosystem. The truth network is really focused on how can you bring the truth to prediction markets. So for those of you who don't know, a prediction market, many people say it's like gambling. The key difference to gambling is you are not making money from people losing. You are just helping people discover the truth to a degree, leveraging the intelligence of the crowd. So that is what the network is focused on. It's, here we go. So it's really focusing on how can we bring this economic concept to life. It's nothing new. It's been around for decades, but with blockchains, the first time we have the transparency to really be able to deliver this. So Aventus has been helping Galactic through this process. It's now at the point where it's going to be launching next month. Maybe if we slip to the next slide there, a little bit of an overview of the architecture so you know why this ecosystem cares about it. So at the base, we've got Ethereum, where the contracts live, because that's the kind of biggest token ecosystem for exchange listings. From there, it bridges into the Truth network, which builds on top of the Aventus network, as I said, as an app chain, which is all within the Polkadot ecosystem. But before I go into too much depth, maybe let me hand over to Stuart, who can really get into what is Galactic and why do we care about these prediction markets.
Thanks, Alan, and hello, everybody. Essentially, Galactic is an enterprise prediction market platform. So we seamlessly integrate into big media organizations. I spent the last 20 years of my life in the media industry, and there's really only two models for revenue growth. One is advertising, and the other is subscribers. Prediction markets offer a new, unique way to engage with consumers, but drive revenue for these ecosystems. In terms of regulatory compliance, we've set up our business in a way that works in the US, and we adhere to the highest compliance standards. Our onboarding process is super simple for businesses. So within 4 weeks, an enterprise customer can literally have their prediction market up and running. And for users, whether it's Web 2 or Web 3, it's seamless onboarding. So you can use credit or debit card, and you can onboard and offboard with simplicity. And the biggest thing for these media organizations is this revenue channel whilst generating engagement. The prediction market space has grown massively in the last 12 months. So if we go back to April 2024, the volume in prediction markets was around about $122 million a month. Within 6 months, it hit $1.4 billion a month in volume. And if you look at the number of predictions placed, it was about 0.6 million predictions, again in April 2024. And we're now looking by September at 2.5 million predictions. So we can see this massive revenue growth, but a huge market increase in a short period of time. For us, we have a really exciting announcement coming up over the next few weeks. Our first media partner is Sports Illustrated. Sports Illustrated is an 80-year-old brand. People really don't know the size and scale of Sports Illustrated in North America. It has over 80 million users every single month on their platform. And it's a really exciting opportunity for us to bring sports prediction markets to the masses.
A game of I told you so. A game of knowledge. A game of predictions. Now, the game behind the game can get you more than pride. It can get you paid. Introducing SI Predict, the place where fans play to win on their sports predictions. SI Predict.
So the launch will happen during the NBA Finals. The NBA Finals is one of the biggest events in the US, and we're launching with gamers versus Hall of Famers. So it's fantastic. We have 80 million users in terms of the Sports Illustrated audience, but we also need to connect with Gen Z. So we've picked 3 of the biggest streamers in the world in Jesser, DDG, and Lacey, and they're going up against 3 of the biggest Hall of Famers of all time, Dwight Howard, Iman Shumpert, and Allen Iverson. And essentially, we're going to have a competition of predictions between the gamers and the Hall of Famers live on Twitch. The reason we picked the NBA Finals is it's the 3rd biggest event in a US sporting calendar, with almost 20 million views during the coverage. And it's also a longer event than the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is 1 day, 1 piece of exposure. The NBA Finals is 6 games, possibly a 7th game if it goes all the way. In terms of what we're providing for the launch, we'll have over 1,000 pieces of content, over 60,000 live streamers, over 100 million in projected views, and over 300 million in content creator followers watching what we're doing. So for us, this is a game of numbers. How do we drive as much adoption as possible in as short a period of time? And that takes us on to what else we're doing in sport and some of the things that we're doing within the Polkadot ecosystem. It's been incredible to work with the team at Polkadot on what's happening with Inter Miami. It's a great partnership, and really what we've been looking at is how do we drive fan engagement through the likes of prediction market technology. And one of the things for us that's really seamless is building these fan engagement tools so that whenever a sponsorship in the sports media space happens, we have a way to drive volume and transactions. Alan, I don't know if you maybe want to touch on some of the technical aspects of what we're doing.
Absolutely. So I think this really sets it up nicely, especially in the Polkadot ecosystem, right? Like sometimes the criticism that some of you may have heard for Polkadot is, does it have the users that some of the other ecosystems have? But what this use case and some of the others we spoke about at Aventus really show is when the technology fundamentally is of such quality, you can build an experience that feels like Web 2. So rather than fighting for a piece of the existing Web3 users, this technology is so powerful and customizable that we've been able to build an experience here that people come with their credit card, they place their predictions, they don't even necessarily have to care about Web3, but they can leverage the technology and we can drive hopefully tens of millions of new users into the ecosystem through these kind of deals. So I think that's all we really need to say on the tech front. The power is there, and hopefully we can be a small part of the mainstream Web 2 to Web 3 adoption.
Thank you very much.